unmuting you too. So it really auto starts at 6:50. That's weird. He had it auto starting at 6:45 last time. There's a lot of Goddard fans. More than the Garden, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of both. The fact that they tailgated, though, that's hard right there. I'll tell you what. In the cold. It's so hot up here, bro. We actually have an AC. That's crazy. Having it down a little bit. Woohoo! Get my notes. Get my notes. Let's go. I'm gonna say in the game notes a big question mark is Jaron Canick's health and whatnot, and he needs to be able to play at around, if not 100%, at least close to it. Are you ready? Yep. Good evening and welcome to Lewis Field, as tonight is the beginning of the 5A playoffs, and the Hayes High Indians open their playoff play with the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers. We're glad you can join us tonight. I am Garrett Wellbrock, and this Hayes High team, after coming off a tough loss a week ago against Wichita Northwest in a shootout, they look to bounce back tonight and get back into the win column. However, their backs are against the wall, as it is win or go home for the rest of this season. It is going to be a tough task tonight, as if you watched last week's game, they talked about how important point differential was, and Hayes could have ranged from a 2 to a 7 seed, as we'll get into that more here in a little bit. But since they are a 7 seed, they must play a very tough 5-3 Goddard-Eisenhower team. They are led by quarterback Tyner Horn and running backs Max Brown and Caleb Lowry. They also rotate in Lucas Dickman at running back, who is going to start at wide receiver tonight. I'm joined with Blake Buckles. And Blake, what are some of your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think some of the most important things tonight that the Indians need to accomplish is capitalizing off turnovers. That is an important thing. Hey, the Indians need to get as many points on the board as they can, as the defense has been struggling as it is. Another important thing is for the corners to stay disciplined. The corners have struggled all year, and the defense really needs to prove themselves tonight, give themselves an identity going forward in the playoffs if they can get the win tonight, to kind of send a message to the rest of 5A that the Indians are here to play.
Let's give you the rundown of tonight's game and my keys to winning for the Indians. Hayes High is 2-0. in the Crow era versus Goddard-Eisenhower. They're 2-0 in the last, all-time versus Goddard-Eisenhower. They played back in 2019 in a playoff game, the last playoff win for Hayes High, and then in 2020 they opened the regular season. Last year, they opened the regular season, like I just said, with Eisenhower. They won 19-10. The Indians did last week. However, Hayes High did fall against Northwest 61-40. The winner of this ball game gets Salina South versus Andover, the winner of that game. So we would love to give you updates on that, but that is being played tomorrow night. Like I said earlier, 6-2 teams in the 5A West. Once again, the 5A West is loaded with teams. I mean, this Goddard-Eisenhower team is 5-3, and yet they're the 10 seed. You don't see that in many, really, even in the east side. You're seeing some 3 and 5 teams at the 10 spot. For Goddard-Eisenhower last week, they beat a Valley Center team 42-7. They forced 3 turnovers last week. They like to mix a lot of running backs in. They like to run the football. They are 2-2 on the road this season. They started 1-3, and now they have won 4 straight to get them in a very good position here at 5-3. They're a very athletic team. They like to run the ball. They do it a lot, and they like to run outside. So, like Blake said, cornerbacks have got to be disciplined today. They do pass it, though, and they do it effectively. Cade Friend, one of the wide receivers, not listed as a starter. We're not completely sure about that one. 48 receptions for 712 yards, 6 touchdowns, leading the team. Some keys to winning for Hayes High. They need to pass well today. running it right up the middle is not going to work every single time. They're going to have to mix up the play calling and continue to do what they do well. Kanik, we know about his injury issues. We'll see what he can do on a hamstring that might not be 100%, but he needs to be able to do just enough to get this team to win, and hopefully his teammates can help him out a little bit. Like Blake said, the quarterbacks need to stay disciplined, and now it's time. It's playoff time. The D1 commits, they need to step up. The best players on this team have got to play like they can, and like we know that they can. 2 years ago, Hayes won their first playoff game since 1993 against Goddard-Eisenhower in the opening round, and they look to do the same thing on this cold, windy night. We'll have more coming up next. You're listening to Hayes High Football on Tribe Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field as Hayes High won the toss. They defer to the second half. So they will be kicking. Let's give you a weather update. It is very windy out. Lots of people dressed up as much as they can to try and get as warm as possible. It's 57 degrees out, and the wind is blowing north to northwest at 27 miles an hour, which can affect kicking game as going to the south end zone. That is where the wind is blowing. So it will be interesting. As you said in the pregame, they're going to need to get as many points as possible. Your jersey update, Hayes High wearing the maroon jerseys with the yellow numbers, the white helmet with the spear on the right side and the jersey number on the left side, and then the stripe, Goddard-Eisenhower with the white the white jerseys, light blue numbers and dark blue trim. Tegan Turnbull has it all teed up, and it's a low line drive kick. It'll be fielded, bobbled. It'll be returned by Lucas Dickman. He's up across the 10 and then dropped down at around the 12-yard line. So a good start for Hayes High, as in some tough field position, and now the question mark, that defense, and can they hold down their ground today against a very good Goddard-Eisenhower squad?
Hayes High definitely needs to hold their ground and make a statement on this first possession as the Tigers are back down deep.
Well, it looks like Tyner Horn was the expected starter tonight, but Ethan Ellingson, the backup quarterback, is out there. He's got a running back to his left and right. It's going to be a handoff to the right. It's Dickman again trying to make a move, and Gavin Myers stuffs it up at around the 10. He loses a pair. And on the first carry to Lucas Dickman, he loses 2 yards. Let's give the starting lineup for Goddard-Eisenhower. Quarterback Ethan Ellingson, running backs Max Brown and Lucas Dickman, receivers Carson Castle, Owen Rush, and a tight end Cody Hawks. Cody Hawks will get some carries tonight as well. Then on the offensive line, Nate Perkey, Tyson Beering, Thomas Fleischman, Mason Fonesteel, and Jack Elliott. All the O-linemen. Here is shotgun set again. Running backs to the left and to the right. It's going to be a keeper by Ellingson this time, and he's dragged down by Gavin Nutting after a short gain. And now some action here on the near side with Cade Friend and J.W. Perry. As Hayes High wanting a flag, they didn't get one.
Things already look like they're starting to get chippy out there as Tyner Horn now checks into the game at quarterback.
So here is Tyner Horn back out there. He's got a running back to his left and to his right. He's going to throw it here. Wanting to go to this near side. It's tipped up in the air, then it's caught by a lineman, and then he is stuffed back inside the 10-yard line.
Great tackle by Gavin Myers there. Realized the tip ball. Flew to the lineman that caught it and wrapped him up backfield deep down in their end zone.
So it's back to the 6.
It looks like Connor Drowling is back there to receive the punts tonight as Kanik is still nursing his hamstring injury for these next few weeks.
So it will be a punt from Horn. It is a end over end, and it's going to be fair caught and then muffed. Connor Drowling muffs the punt, and Goddard-Eisenhower's got it at the 35-yard line.
Connor Drowling hasn't taken too many punts this year as Kanik has taken most of the work out there at punt returner, and Drowling just muffed it.
Yeah, he did, and that's a big turn of events for the Indians. So starting at the 35-yard line. Will be Goddard-Eisenhower. So just like that, the muffed punt, and in there is, looks like Ethan Ellingson. Yes, it is. He's got running backs to his left and right. He's going to keep it this time, running up the middle, and Myers stuffs it again.
Gavin Myers is making plays all over the field. It just seems like Goddard doesn't really have an answer for him right now.
No, he does not. He has been making big-time plays all over. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Goddard-Eisenhower. They have Ellingson in there, Lucas Dickman to his left, Caden Schubert to the right. On that far side is Carson Castle and Cade Friend. Cody Hawks is lined up on the line to the right. It's going to be a give to Schubert up the middle. Dalton Dale first on the hit, and he gains a couple. Down to the 37, he gets 2 yards on a first carry for Caden Schubert. So really a big turn of events though right now. Hayes High could have it at their own 35, going right to left as Goddard going left to right as Tyner Horn checks in. But now a 3rd and 8, and they could force another 3 and out. You kind of almost seeing Tyner Horn might be coming in on these passing downs here.
Yeah, this is almost like, it seems like they're trying to use Ellingson as maybe like a read option type quarterback, trying to really give the defense a different look.
All at the 37-yard line. It's going to be Horn. He's going to throw it. Indians bring blitz. Waddell, it's a little lob play to this near sideline, and it's overthrown, incomplete. He was looking for Carson Castle. And 2 third downs here. Both have not converted, and now Tyner Horn and the punting unit will go out there.
Castle was actually pretty open on that play. Had the 5-yard gap between him and the corner, but Horn just couldn't get it to his wide receiver.
He was trying to throw it towards the sideline, but he threw it too much towards the sideline. So now Connor Dryling's not even back deep anymore. They don't have anybody back deep to return it. They go for the block. Horn punts it away. It will take a bounce and really didn't go anywhere else, and it will be at the 32-yard line. So a 32-yard punt for Tyner Horn, and the Indians will take off, start from their own 32-yard line. So it'll be Jaron Kanik. We said worried about his health, and he's back there with Roy Maroney to his left. They're going to have to pass today if they want to win this ball game. Here's Kanik. Maroney to his left, 2 receivers right, 1 to left. Low snap, picks it up, hands it off at the middle. Maroney, and he's dragged down by number 45, Cody Hawks, a 2-way starter, 6'1", 220-pound senior. Roy Maroney up the middle. Jaron Kanik, 7 of 18 last week, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception throwing the ball. And Roy Maroney last week goes 15 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. And now we have whistles.
Good strong run by Maroney right there on the first play, and it looks like Kanik has a yellow glove on his left hand tonight to prepare for maybe more of a heavy throwing night tonight for the Indians.
2 receivers over here to the right, 1 to the left. Kanik's got Maroney to his left. It's a handoff, and he is stuffed in the backfield. On the hit is Mason Levine. He loses 3 back to the 34.
This feels similar to the end of the Wichita Northwest game as Kanik couldn't run at all, and the defense just bit on Maroney the rest of that second half.
All over Maroney right now. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. It's Carson Kiefer over there on that far side all by himself. Rowan and Dale over here to the left. Bryce Salmon's lined up to the left on that line. Kanik sends Groen in motion. It's going to be a give to Maroney up the middle, and that's going nowhere. Interesting decision right there on 3rd down and 8 to run it right up the middle. They gain 3 for the 37. And
4th and 4, I think the Indians are out to punt.
They are, as Carson Kiefer
is back.
We've seen a little bit of both Carson Kiefer and Jaron Kanik punting. Kiefer averaging 33 yards a punt, 51's his longest. He's got the wind at his back, though. Maybe he can try and bomb one here. He's got plenty of time. He puts it high up in the air. It will be returned at the 25. Taken by the return man. He's up to the 35 to the 40, and he's dragged down to the 43. It was number 13, Owen Rush, on the return. So a good punt by Kiefer of 38 yards. But then it got returned up to the 43, an 18-yard return, and that is where Goddard-Eisenhower will start. Already on our 3rd possession of the game with 6:28 to go here in the first quarter. 4th possession, actually.
Yeah, Rush was back there, dead for rights, line in pursuit, and just missed the tackle, and he gains 15 yards on the play. And it looks like Tyner Horn is back out there on the field for the Tigers.
Also, number 9, Max Brown. who we didn't know if he would be getting many carries in this game. He was listed as a starter. As a little toss play to the right to him, getting chased down by Walburn, and then he is blasted by Remy Stoll. Help from Gavin Nutting. And it is a loss of 2 or 3. We'll see where they mark it down. They're going to give him a loss of 2 down to the 41.
The Indians are just in hot pursuit of the football right now. Looks like they're ready to go hit some people tonight.
It's a good sign to see. As Goddard making some more substitutions here, as it looks like Max Brown coming out. He took a shot right there, getting checked out by the trainer as Lucas Dickman goes in. Also in action, number 32, Mason Levine, is in there to block. It's going to be a play-action pass here. Horn to throw it. He wants to go long. Looking to the left. It is caught. Over to the left side, working on Connor Dreiling. It's Cade Friend. Goes up and mosses Dreiling all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 29. They go deep, and it works out.
It actually wasn't horrible coverage there by Dreiling. He just failed to turn his head around, and just the receiver went up and made a great catch.
Like we said, Cade Friend is a guy to watch out for. Over 700 receiving yards on the season, and they get a big one right there for 29. Ball on the left hash here. It's Horn again. It's going to be a handoff to Lucas Dickman. Makes a move. He's across the 30, gets to about the 27. It's a short gain of 3 for Lucas Dickman. And now he's in positive for rushing yards. Actually, it's only be a 2-yard gain. Interesting, though, Eisenhower does throw it well. We'll see if that secondary can hold their ground today. So Tyner Horn, he's got a man to his left, a receiver to his left. It's going to be a toss play to Cade Friend, running here to the left side, getting chased down by multiple Indians, breaks off a 1, gets back to around the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. The Indians clogged that hole up well. And it's a very short gain for Cade Friend.
It feels like the Tigers have nowhere to go on this Hayes High run defense, but once they seem to air it out through the air, it seems like they can get their offense rolling.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 here. Cade Friend, as we've talked about all night, he's lined up here to this near side by J.W. Perry. 2 receivers right and none to the left. 2 running backs on the field for Horn. Trying to get the Indians to break on the snap count. And Horn gets the troops ready now. It's going to be a play action here. Looking to the right, wanting to go deep for Friend. He's got him wide open and he overshoots him. J.W. Perry got burnt on the play. And they just missed a touchdown.
Friend had Perry blown by, and that was just a little overthrow by Tyner Horn there.
Not much of a move right there by Friend, just kind of a little in-out jab step, and it got Perry not knowing where to go. Friend was wide open, and the Indians catch a big break, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 8 from their own, from the Indian 28-yard line. 3 receivers here in a trips formation to the right. None over to the left. Cody Hawks is lined over to the left, and now some confusion, and Goddard-Eisenhower will burn their first time out of the night. 3:28 to go. First quarter. You're listening to Hayes High football. It's all tied up at 0. Welcome back to Lewis Field as the clock winded down. When I said 3:28, it winded down a little bit more, but the referees didn't realize it. It's just 3:24 now. Ball on a 28-yard line, left hash. 4th down and 8. Horn has a man to his right. It looks like it's Max Brown. He wants to throw it. He's looking to the right again. He's got a man open, and it is caught down to the 10-yard line by Owen Rush. And it's a gain of 18 on 4th down and 8.
They had Jordan Dale out there in coverage, and it just seemed like he was really confused on what he was doing there.
His first action at cornerback this season. And now a 1st down and goal from the 10. It's going to be Ellingson. He hands it off to Hawks, and he's blown up the middle. Who was that on a tackle to first get there?
I think it was Carson Spray, number 52.
Aiden Ballman. 2:45 to go, first quarter. And 2nd down and goal here coming up. So it's Ellingson again back there, 2 running backs. It's going to be a give to Hawks, gets around to the edge, and then it's stuffed again. And he doesn't gain really anything.
Gavin Myers in on another tackle for the Indians.
3rd down and goal from the 10. Another handoff to Hawks that goes absolutely nowhere. And Goddard trying to get the play over here. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. It is Horn. He's going to roll back. 3-step drop back, looking for the end zone. Quick throw to the right. It is caught at the 1. It looked like he trapped it, but it is a catch. It's Cade Friend again, this time down to the 2. So it's a gain of 8. Fourth down and 2, they're going for it here. It's Horn, and he fumbles the snap. It's all the way back to the 25, and he lands on it there. Now the ball's loose again, and it's landed on by Remy Stoll at the 33-yard line. A miscue for Goddard-Eisenhower, and all these Eisenhower fans here on the near side are stunned.
What a huge play there for the Indians for Remy Stoll to recover that, and just a huge rebound from just getting burnt the whole drive.
They are showing that they can pass it right now, which is an issue. But the Indians are able to get the stop that they needed, and they get it now at their own 33. So Indians will get it as the referee's having a little chat here. 1:17 to go, first quarter. And I don't know, there was a penalty, but the Indians obviously declining it. Start against the Tigers. Declined by the Indians. 1st down, Indians. So Jaron Kanek now back out at quarterback. He's got Roy Maroney to his right. Jordan Dale over here to the near side. Carson Kiefer to the far. It's going to be a toss play to Maroney. Gets some blocking. He's across the 35, lowers his shoulder, and he's up across the 40. And down to the 41. He gains about 8. A good run right there.
Great play to change it up, just from going right up the gut, get a little outside motion, and run outside the tackles.
That's been a key really all year long. If they can run outside the tackles, they are hard to stop. Here's another carry to Maroney. Or that's Malik Baugh this time, and he goes nowhere. Hit right away. No gain on the carry. Back at the 41-yard line, clock ticking down here to end this first quarter at 30 seconds now. Still need to run one more play with the play clock at 25, about a 5-second differential. So what would be the last play here in the first quarter? It's a 3rd down and about, say, 2 from the 41-yard line, about 1.5. Shotgun set, Kanek. It's going to be a play-action pass. Kanek rolling to his right. Now going to try and scramble. He's going to run it. He's the 45. He's over the 50, and he goes down there at the 49. He's got a 1st down. And you just hold your breath whenever Jaron runs it right now.
great adjustment by Jaron Kanek there. They were looking for Kiefer on the play, but he was just nowhere, and he just made a play with his legs. It looks like he went down there kind of hesitantly trying to conserve that hamstring.
Well, in the first quarter, it is a scoreless first quarter in the opening round game. You're listening to Hayes High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Hayes High Football here, as the Indians will now go from our left to right. They got their first down of the ball game, as they are at Eisenhower's 49, the first time they've been in plus territory. It's going to be a give to Maroney right up the gut, and he is hit immediately, gains maybe one to the 48-yard line.
This Goddard-Eisenhower team isn't fooled by any handoffs to Maroney as they expected. It's just the Indians are struggling on offense lately without the use of Kanek.
Second down and 9 here from the 48. They're going to need to get some pass plays here dialed up on this drive if they want to try and punch it into that end zone. It's going to be tough to make any type of kicking game. They play action. Kanek throws it, and nowhere to be seen, and there's the penalty. I mean, Malik Baugh got hit across the middle by Trey Umley.
This Goddard-Eisenhower crowd didn't really seem to think it was pass interference call, as Maroney was blatantly knocked down.
I mean, just a crossing route across the middle, and he got trucked. So the referees talking about this penalty. And they might not call a pass interference here. Okay, they are. Pass interference on the defense. You can hear the Eisenhower fans not happy. There's a lot of them here tonight. They made the trip down, and they were even tailgating in the parking lot before we all got here.
These fans have some true dedication into this cold, haze, windy weather today.
Yes, they do. It's a penalty of 15 yards. And Kanek will send Salmons here in motion. And now flags.
I think it's going to be a false start on the Indians.
And it will be.
A new center tonight. Carson Russell is actually out for this game, and Henry Fitzham is taking his place tonight.
Carson Russell got hurt in practice this week. A knee injury. Not sure the severity of it, if he can come back if they win this game or not. So it'll move him back to the 38. Hayes High's first penalty of the game. A false start. 11:24 to go here, second quarter. 0-0. Two receivers over here to the right, one to the left. Kanek, play action pass, rolling out to his right, looking around him. It's going to be a pass caught by Maroney. Gets some blocking. He's to the 30, over to the 25, to the 20. Cuts back 15, breaks a tackle 10, 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Indians.
There's a flag down here on the 40-yard line. I'm not sure on what the flag is.
Roy Maroney made a great play, but this one's going to come back on a holding call.
And the Indians continue to shoot themselves in the foot with penalty flags.
How many times here at Lewis Field have they done that? That Garden City game, they had two touchdowns taken off the board due to penalties.
The Indians need to stay disciplined on the offensive side and the defensive side in order to win this game.
A perfectly designed play call right there to fake the handoff, and then everyone, when they at that point thought he was going to go right because Kanek rolled out right, then threw across his body to the left. And Maroney made some great moves to get in the end zone, but it does not matter as it comes back to the 48-yard line.
Get Maroney into some open space, and you can just say goodbye.
First down at 25. Canick to throw it down the field, one-on-one for Jordan Dale. He's got it down to the 27-yard line. It's a catch. Eisenhower wants a push off. A great play to get down to the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 21. And will bring up about second down and 5.
Great adjustment there by Jordan Dale, as it seemed just the corner just seemed to fall over almost.
Here is Maroney, hands it off. He's up the middle, makes a move. He's across the 20, and he's got the first down to about the 16-yard line. Hayes High starting to pick up the pace here a little bit.
It seems that if this Hayes High offense moves quicker and quicker and quicker, they seem to gash defenses.
It's a nice run of 11 right there from Maroney. Down to the 16. Here's Canick in the pistol. He's got Maroney. Okay, ball right behind him. He's going to go to ball this time. Running, trying to get through that hole. Not much there. Gets about the 14 and gains 2. And now they make the substitution for Bob. It's a short gain at 2 on that one. 10 minutes to go here, second quarter. Hayes High on their first real good drive of this game. Second down 8 from the 14. They send Groen in motion. It's a jet sweep to Groen, trying to get to the edge, trying to make some moves, and he's going nowhere.
There's no room for Groen on that one, as the Tigers seem to have picked up that play call.
So now back at the still at 14, third down and 8. They got to get to the 6. No, obviously right now the wind is almost adjusted a little bit. Starting to come our way towards our box, as it was just straight north and south to open up this game. Indians looking over at that play call. 10 seconds on the play clock. Two receivers over here to the left, none to the right. Here is Canick. He's going to give to Maroney, trying to get some blocking. He gets to the edge. He's to the 10, 5, lowering his shoulder. He's got the first down to the 4. He gains 10. And another solid run from Roy Maroney. And I want to say something. After last week, when Canick went down, we saw a lot of good toughness from Roy Maroney, and you're starting to see it again, running real hard.
It's good to see the great Hayes High running back finally be healthy for almost a full season.
Yeah, he has not had the benefit of the doubt. Pretty much missed all of last season with injury.
Great football player.
8:35 to go here, second quarter. Canick, the give to Maroney. He's hit low, and he's going to get taken down. Loses a yard. On the tackle, look, it might have been Mason Levine on the tackle. Loses a yard. And we'll bring up second down and goal from the 5. Levine just blew right past the O-line. A little short-handed tonight. See how they can adjust. They bring in Carson Spray to help block. Canick gives it to Maroney, going left, cutting it back. He's going to reach. Is he in? Yes, he is! Touchdown, Indians! And Hayes High scores first tonight on a Roy Maroney 5-yard touchdown run. With 7:56 to go, here's second quarter. The Indians take an early 6-0 lead.
Great cut by Maroney there on the 4-yard touchdown run, and Jack Fields up now for the extra point, which are very key in this game. Fields has struggled in this last few games.
Fields 38 of 43 on the season, extra points. The hold by Dale is good, the kick is up, and Fields drills it. So gotta feel good for Jack Fields' confidence to let that first one through. 7:56 to go, second quarter. The Indians take a 7-0 lead. You're listening to Hayes High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field here. Week 9 playoff action. The only game of the 5A playoffs being played tonight. Winner of this one gets Salina South in Andover, the winner of that game. As Tegan Turnbull, the kicker on kickoffs. Jack Fields, the kicker for extra points and field goals if they kick them. Groen has it teed up, and the kick is a low liner. It'll be fielded by Dickman. Now he fumbles it, but it goes out of bounds at the 15, so they catch a break right there. And we've seen 2 muffs so far. 1 muff punt by the Indians, and now the muffed kickoff, but it really didn't matter because it went out of bounds by Lucas Dickman.
Dickman actually helped out the Indians there, as I think that kick was going to sail out of bounds and they were going to get a free penalty for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going to move him up to around the 35. And now Goddard-Eisenhower comes back out there, and they were so close to getting their first touchdown of the game and being the first to score. They got all the way down to the 2 on their last drive, and on the 4th down and goal from the 2, they fumbled a snap all the way back to around the 30. 7:54 to go here. Second quarter, and they use a lot of different backs. Looks like it's a handoff to the right. It's Lucas Dickman. He cuts it up the field, and now he fumbles the football late. Who's got it? Indians say they do. Or are they going to mark him down?
I don't know how he was down. I mean, it seemed like the ball was out before he even touched the ground.
The 19, he gains 4. It was Lucas Dickman. These jersey numbers are very hard to read. Light blue numbers on white jerseys. So here is Tyner Horn in the backfield. He's got Lucas Dickman to his right and Mason Levine to his left. It's going to be a pass. Horn looking. It's a screen pass for Owen Rush. It's caught. He makes a move, and he's not going anywhere. Tried a little middle screen pass play to Owen Rush, and he doesn't gain a yard.
That type of play actually benefits the Indians, giving it back to their strong suits and their linebackers with Myers and Gale.
3rd down and 7. Tyner Horn on the year was 87 on 172, 1,023 yards passing. He had 9 touchdowns and 10 picks on the year. Goddard is 0 of 4 on 3rd downs so far tonight. They got a 3rd and 7 here. 3 receivers line up to the right, and now whistles are getting blown, and what do we have? Not sure. Now they blow it back. So Horn in the backfield. He's got Dickman to his right. He's going to throw it here. Horn looking down the field. Throws a dart across the middle. It's caught by Owen Rush. He's hit at the 30. He's going to have a 1st down. Dalton Dale on the tackle. He gains 11 and gets the 1st.
You can definitely tell the secondary misses the loss of Ty Adams this week as he suffered a terrible foot injury.
Season-ending injury for Adams.
It's also good to see Wyatt Crane back out on the field. He hasn't been out there these last few weeks as well, garnering a hamstring injury.
So here is Horn again. Got a man to his left. It looks like Dickman again. 2 receivers over to the right. It's going to be a toss play. Going to be to Castle trying to get to the edge, and he's going to get blown up by Connor Dreiling, along with help from Garrett Lyon. It's a short gain of about a yard or 2. Looks like they'll give him 2 yards, about a yard and a half. And it is technically a pass play because it was a forward pass to Carson Castle. Cold night here. We'll see how throwing the ball we thought would be a big issue in this game, but so far the passing game has kind of been the strong suit for both teams. Here's Horn, play action, gonna throw it. Looking down the field, trying to air it out. Little wobbly up a throw, it is incomplete, and now flags come in late. Going for Owen Rush for a deep pass.
Not a great call by the referee there. Crane was in on the play, but didn't really affect the receiver, and I think the pass might have been uncatchable as well.
It looked very uncatchable right there, and now the substitutions coming in for Goddard-Eisenhower to bring in the quarterback, Ethan Ellingson. pass interference on Wyatt Crane, which moves the ball up to the 48-yard line. Not the penalty that they wanted right there on second down and 8. So first down and 10 here from the 48-yard line, still in Goddard-Eisenhower territory. Ellingson has it. Man to his right. It's going to be a direct keeper to Ellingson. Runs it up the middle, and flags come in late as he gets it in Azai territory to the 48-yard line. This might be a holding. Lots of Indians on that tackle as there's a little bit of a hole there, but it got stuffed up pretty quickly. And they're going to call an illegal hands to the face on the defense. Or a face mask, it looks like.
It seems like this Tigers team doesn't really want to run with Horn and just run with Ellingson, which is kind of odd.
Kind of gives them an idea. Ellingson 27 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown this year, but another big costly penalty of 15 yards. And the penalties have been an issue so far tonight. Took a touchdown off the board. Obviously, they ended up scoring anyway. 7-0 Indians lead, 4:58 to go, second quarter. Ball at the 33-yard line, left hash.
The Indians are just giving up 3 yards on this drive.
Ellingson has Dickinson to his right. It's going to be another direct snap to Ellingson, running right, and he's going nowhere. In fact, loses 2 back to the 35-yard line.
You can tell when Ellingson's in the game, the Hayes High defense is thinking run, 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 and they dive to that handoff.
It's been a little bit surprising. I mean, Ellingson has not attempted any type of pass play yet. Tyner Horn has attempted 7 when he's been in. So it's looking right now that Lucas Dickman will be the running back, the starting running back so far tonight. He plays receiver as well. Cade Friend is lined up there. It's going to be another keeper from Ellingson, and that's up the middle. Spray on the hit. He hit him at around the 35, but Ellingson was able to muscle his way and get about 4 more yards to the 31. So a 4-yard run for Ellingson.
It's third down.
It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 from the 31-yard line. Going from right to left is Eisenhower. They do have Ellingson in the game. One receiver right, one to the left. Tyner Horn remains on the sidelines for this 3rd and 8. Ellingson, it's going to be another run to the right, trying to get to the edge, and he's going to get hit by Remy Stoll at the 30-yard line. Gains 1, but that is an interesting call, maybe setting up a 4-down territory type deal here, as they only gain 1.
Great tackle by Stoll there, as none of the Indians were fooled by that play with Ellingson in the football game.
As they reach 3 minutes now to go here in the second quarter. On a 4-minute drive here, 4.5-minute drive for Eisenhower. And now they're going to bring the teams on the side, and what do we have? There's no whistles, but both teams are at their sidelines in a huddle. And now it'll be a timeout by Goddard-Eisenhower. 2:42 to go here, second quarter. Indians lead it 7-0. You're listening to Ace High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field here. 2:42 to go, second quarter, 7-0 Indians lead. And during the timeout, Tyner Horn goes in at quarterback. Also, as Blake Buckles pointed out, Cade Friend, probably one of the best receivers that's playing tonight, over 700 yards, has a cast on his left hand, and he's still making catches. Throwing at his horn, looking to the left, throwing. It's going to be caught by, who is it? Owen Rush at the 19-yard line. Garrett Lyon in coverage. It's a first down. It's a gain of 11.
Great adjustment there by Owen Rush to finish that catch, but just another blown coverage by the Indians. Do they just continue to be torn up by this passing attack from the Tigers?
The second third down that they've converted. Excuse me, first fourth down they've converted. It's going to be a handoff this time to Levine. He's going to battle his way. Still going. They haven't blown it dead yet. And he is going to get all the way down to the 10. Running left. They did not blow it dead due to forward contact. And he gains about 9 down to the 10-yard line to bring up a second down and 1. Number 32, Mason Levine, a 5'11", 185 senior, carried the pile right there. And now it'll bring up a second down and 1. He has not really had any offensive experience so far, but he's getting a lot of action here. This time it's going to be another carry to him. Going up the middle, fighting his way, and he gets a first down up to the 7, gaining 3. And some substitutions coming in, as Ellingson will come in here as it's a first and goal from the 7. Second time that Eisenhower has been in the red zone. They did not score their first time. One receiver over to the right, Ellingson. 2 running backs. It's a give to Cody Hawks, and he's blown up. Loses a yard back to the 8-yard line. First on the hit, Grayson Wellbrock.
I don't know why these Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers don't keep going back to the passes. It seems to work every time.
It really has
When
been.
they try to go back to the ground, the Indians have an answer. 42 seconds and counting left on the clock for the Tigers.
Been a long drive, Ellingson right at the middle. Now he jump passes, and he's got him in wide open in the end zone. Mason Levine for an Eisenhower touchdown. They run a trick play, and Ellingson's first pass of the night is a touchdown.
They've been running the ball all night with Ellingson, and the one play they decide to pass it, he throws for a touchdown as the Tigers get the Indians on that play.
An 8-yard touchdown pass. And now the extra point coming from Braden Ritchie, the Eisenhower kicker. The hold by Ellingson is good, and the kick is blocked. Blocked by Remy Stoll. And it is no good, and like you said, points are a big one in this game. It's 7-6 with 37 seconds.
It was nice to see the Indians not running to the kicker on that play. They stayed disciplined.
37 seconds to go here, second quarter. Ace High leading Goddard-Eisenhower 7-6. You're listening to Ace High Football on Tribe Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field here, 37 seconds to go, second quarter. And Goddard-Eisenhower was run when they got inside the red zone. And then they decided to throw a pass play, but Ace High still has the lead, as it's the blocked extra point to make this game 7-6. Braden Ritchie's got it all teed up. Back to return is Malik Ball and Kyrie Scrowan. As the Indians will go from left to right, wind still howling in this one. Ritchie's got it teed up on the left hash at the 40-yard line. And the kick is high and over end. It's a really good one. It'll be returned by Ball at the 3. Takes it across to the 5. He's up to the 10. across the 15 to the 20, lowers his shoulder, 25, getting towards the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds in front of the Indians sideline at the 28-yard line.
32 seconds left on the clock. I mean, and 3 timeouts. The Indians could do something with this football if they need to.
We'll see what they do. They have been a lot conservative in these type of situations. We'll see if they try to do anything. Lots of runs so far to Maroney. 9 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. 32 seconds now. 2 receivers right, 1 to left. It's going to be a give to Maroney. Trying to get to the edge. Breaks a tackle with the 30, lowers his shoulder 35, and he's up to the 36.
Handoff to number 2, Roy Maroney.
He gains 8, and the Indians do not burn the timeout. They hurried the line, though. 15 seconds now. I don't know what the deal with that is, and now they might just run into the halftime. No, they're not. It's going to be a little swing pass out to Maroney, get to the edge. Breaks a tackle, he's at the 40. Getting to the outside, and he's out of bounds at the 45, and then gets shoved out. And what will the penalty be on? 2 seconds here. Maroney shoved the defender out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be a late hit on Eisenhower.
I don't know why the Indians didn't want to call timeout after that first play, as they're already going to be like on the 40-yard line with maybe 25 seconds left to play if they call those timeouts.
Yeah, interesting decision right there. It's a gain of 9 on the pass play, plus the penalty. Puts him all the way down to the 41, so the lead hit proves costly right there for Eisenhower, but with only 2 seconds, what can the Indians really do? They should have used that timeout right there. So we might just see a Hail Mary here. Maroney goes out in motion to the left. Cannon to throw, under pressure. Throws on the run, he's got Jordan Dale. And he's gonna get tackled at the 25-yard line. So gain of 16, but some poor clock management right before the end of the half, as the Indians take a 7-6 lead here in the opening round of the 5A state playoffs. You're listening to Hayes High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Hayes High football here, as some halftime stats, as it was kind of a boring first half, as you could say, but a very good defensive half, especially if you're the Indians, only giving up 6 points, but those obviously could be constantly come down the stretch. Here, the Indians, they have 59 rush yards, 46 pass yards for a total of 105 at the half. Goddard-Eisenhower, 19 rushing yards, 74 passing yards, 93 total. They're a run-heavy team, but man, they are loving the passing game right now, and it is working. Some individual stats for the rushing game. Roy Maroney, he's got 10 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown. Jared Kanek, a rush for 10 yards. Malik Baugh has 2 carries for 2 yards. Kyrie Scrowan also has a rush for 0. Passing, Jared Kanek, 3 of 3 so far, 46 yards total. And receiving, Jordan Dale has 2 receptions for 37, and Roy Maroney has a reception for 9. Goddard-Eisenhower used up most of that clock in their last touchdown drive, as some of their individual stats. With their running back, Caden Schuber has 2 carry for 2 yards. Lucas Dickman has 3 carries for 4 yards. Cody Hawks, 3 carries for -1 yards. Then Ethan Ellingson has 5 carries for 4 yards, and then Max Brown has a carry for -2, and also Cade Friend, 1 for 0. And then Mason Levine has 2 carries for 12 yards, not listed as an offensive player, but he's got in there and kind of been a workhorse. Passing, Tyner Horn, 7 for 8, 66 yards passing so far, and then Ethan Ellingson, 1 for 1 for 8 yards and a touchdown pass. Receiving-wise, Carson Castle has a reception for 2 yards. Owen Rush, 4 receptions for 40 yards. Cade Friend, working on a cast, has 2 receptions for 37. And then Mason Levine has a reception for 7 and the touchdown. Blake, what are your thoughts so far in this opening half? 7-6 lead. You know, can't be too mad about that.
Yeah, for sure. You can't be too mad about the Hayes High Indian defense today so far. But it just seems like the Goddard-Eisenhower Tiger receivers are just going out there and making plays. Owen Rush, Cade Friend, with a cast on, is still going out there and making catches over the defenders, and they're just making great adjustments. The Hayes High offenses seem kind of dead sometimes at some points. They can get in these ruts where you feel like they can't move the ball at all, and then sometimes you can feel like they're just going to march down the field and score. It definitely hurts not having Kanek in the run game, but I've been happy with him in the pass game so far. I think they should continue to pass it more.
And they looked very good on that last drive, throwing twice and got all the way down to the 20-yard line, but surprisingly they didn't use any of their 3 timeouts that they had. As you said, even after they ran it down 15 seconds, and they had really 2 more plays, and there was really no hope at that point. Let's give you a little update, since there aren't any games going on right now in high school football. The NFL game Thursday night, Cardinals leading the Packers 7-0 in that one. But nothing really going on in high school, especially Kansas 5A football playoffs. But Hayes High leads at 7-6 at the half. We'll have more coming up here in a little bit. Second half coverage coming up next. You're listening to Hayes High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Hayes High football here as opening round of playoff football, and we'll go back to our game notes. Hayes High, they have passed well so far in this opening half. Only did it 3 times, so 3 of 3 for about 46 yards. Hayes High does get the football to begin the second half because they won the toss and deferred. The quarterbacks, like you said, Blake, they need to stay disciplined tonight, and you know they haven't played as great as they need to right now.
Definitely could have given up a 40-yard touchdown to Cade Friend earlier in the half as he burnt J.W. Perry, but just a little overthrow by Tyner Horn in the first half would save the Indians there. And
I mean, we know that they're shorthanded without Ty Adams, but they have to play a really good second half if the Indians want to advance on and play in a second round game in advance for Week 10. Haven't done it since 2019 when they beat these guys at their place. So as we get ready here for the second half, Hayes leads at 7-6. Roy Maroney had a 5-yard touchdown run in the second quarter with 7:56 to go. But then Goddard-Eisenhower answered back with a long 7-minute drive where it was Mason Levine catching it on a 7-yard pass play with 37 seconds left to go in the half from Ethan Ellingson. So it is not a very eventful opening half, but definitely an entertaining one with the good defenses.
Yeah, definitely a defensive dogfight in this game. Compared to last game, it was a shootout.
It was. Still very windy here. Wind still blowing from the right to left. So Hayes High will have the wind at their backs to open up the third quarter, but then Goddard will have it to open up the fourth quarter. So having it all teed up is the kicker, Braden Ritchie. Ritchie, a 5'10", 160-pound senior. Back to return is Malik Ba, and the kick is a high, short hooch kick. Returned by Groen at the 30, trying to get to the edge. Makes a man miss at the 35. Gets to the 40. He's still dragging defenders across the 45, and he's up to the 48-yard line with a good return of 18 yards. But now Eisenhower ends up with the football, and I think they ruled the play dead after Eisenhower got it. You can hear the Eisenhower fans thinking they have it here. It was number 9, Max Brown, who took the football out of Kyrie Groen's hands. Man, this would be a big, costly turnover after they've already muffed one punt in this game.
I think Groen was down on the field after he was brought down by all 3 defenders.
That's kind of how it's looking like as Hayes High's offense stays on and Eisenhower's defense runs on here. Jordan Dale was banged up on that last play of the half when they ran just a little short pass to see what Eisenhower would do. He got hit hard in the ribs, but he just came running out of the locker room, not with the team, but by himself, and he's on the field now. And is there a sideline penalty maybe? As they move the ball all the way up to the 41-yard line in Goddard-Eisenhower territory. We'll see what they...
36-yard line.
Yeah, 36.
I don't know what that flag could have been.
It would have been a 15-yard penalty, obviously, but I don't know what it was. Maybe a late hit. If Groen was down, somebody jumped on top of him, but I didn't see a penalty flag anywhere. There's some drama to open up the third quarter.
These Goddard-Eisenhower fans do not like that call, whatever it was.
They brought a pretty good student section here as well. Lots of students here from Eisenhower. So Hayes High's got it to 36-yard line. Not sure what the penalty was, but a personal foul somewhat. Kanik hands it off to Malik Ba to open up the half, and he fights his way to the 35, gaining a yard. So Malik Ba gets the carry on the opening play. He's got 3 carries for 3 yards now. Second down and 9 coming up from the 35-yard line. Hayes High going right to left already in plus territory, though, after the penalty flag from Eisenhower. Canick. It's going to be a fake and then a pitch to Groen here. He's angling to this near side. He's to the 30. Gets a block from Dale. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Indians. They run a little end around fake handoff to Maroney. Then the pitch to Groen, and he could have walked in for a touchdown 35 yards out. And the Indians have gone up 7. 13-6 with 11:07 to go here, third quarter. And a Jack Fields extra point awaiting, trying to go up here by 8. What a call.
Great block by Jordan Dale on the play, setting up that touchdown. Huge play from the guy that just got injured at the end of the half.
And it's a big thing at Hayes High, and there's the kick from Fields, and he misses it. No good. Fields misses the extra point. But as I was about to say, one issue that Hayes High has been having, those have been holding calls. Dale made a great job at not getting a hold, and it allows Groen to get in the end zone. 11:07 to go here, third quarter. Took Hayes High 2 plays to get in the end zone. And they lead at 13-6 now, but that missed extra point really opening the door right now as it's only a 7-point game.
Yeah. Hayes High needs to take as many points as they can get, and missing extra points is definitely not going to help the Indians tonight.
Jack Fields has had an issue with them so far this season. He started out amazing, really, but he has missed 5 so far in the season, now make it 6. 39 of 45. So Tegan Turnbull now the kickoff kicker. Will go out to tee this one up from the 40-yard line. And that penalty turned out to be a costly one for Eisenhower. Back deep to return it is Lucas Dickman and Owen Rush. The running back in receiver. Turnbull's kick with into the wind is a high, short, end over end. Return at the 11 by Dickman. Running to the 20, he stumbles up to the 25, breaks a tackle, and then he's hit by Will Carteret at the 29 where the pile stops there. Actually, you can mark him up to the 30. He'll get a return of about 19 yards. And if Will Carteret doesn't make that tackle, that could have been a very big return, as you could almost see just starting to get to the back end of that special teams unit. But a great start to Hayes High, as we're a minute and 2 seconds in, and the Indians have already scored a touchdown. Ball on the left hash here. 7-point Indian lead. 10:58 to go, third quarter. Receiver over to the left, a receiver here to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and that play is stuffed. Gets about a yard or two. Trying to figure out who was on the carry. It was Max Brown, a 5'10", 165-pound junior. Had one carry for a -2 yards, but he is able to get now back to even with that rush of 2 yards. Dalton Dale on the stop up to the 32-yard line.
I feel like looking for Goddard-Eisenhower to air it out more this half, maybe create some more offense for them, because it just seems like this run game is just being stuffed.
Here's a play action pass. Horn. He wants to go deep. He's got a man open. It's underthrown and intercepted. Remy Stoll has it. He's at the 40. The 35 lowers his shoulder. Now fumbles it, but it's landed on by Connor Dreiling at the 31-yard line. Tyner Horn had his man Cody Hawks wide open for a touchdown, but he underthrew it, and the Indians have the football at the 31-yard line.
Lucky underthrow there for the Indians, for Remy Stoll to get the easy interception on what could have been a long touchdown.
Stoll's second interception of the season. His last one came in week 1 versus Wichita East, but man, is that a costly turnover right there for Goddard-Eisenhower. Now the Indians can go down the field and get a 2-possession lead. 3 receivers over here in a trip formation to the left, none to the right. It's going to be a give to Maroney, and there's really nothing there for him. Trying to make something out of nothing. He loses 3 back to the 34-yard line. And on the tackle was number 19, the linebacker Ty Ho, 5'7", 175-pound junior. Loss of 3 on the carry by Roy Maroney. Roy had a very good first half. 10 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown. Two receivers over the right, one to the left. Kanik gives it to Maroney again. He's got a good hole. He's up to the 30, trying to break some tackles, and he drags defenders down to about the 27-yard line. They'll put him at the 26-yard line, so it's a gain of 8.
It's third down.
And it will bring up a third down in about 5 here. They need to get to the 21, ball at the 26. Indians going right to left. Be a very long field goal here, but they do have the wind at their back if they need to bring out the field goal unit. It's going to be a get to Maroney, running to the right. He's got good blocking. He's at 25, breaks a tackle, 20. Trying to get to the edge, and he's dragged out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Gain of 12 by Roy, and the Indians keep using that ground game to get into the red zone.
Great upfield blocking by the receivers down there. Carson Kiefer, 10 yards downfield, blocking the corner to set up that first down gain.
Second time the Indians have been in the red zone tonight. They capitalized on their first with a touchdown from Maroney. Kanik, it's going to be a little pitch pass to Baugh, and it goes nowhere. Mason Levine must have had the playbook as he read that one like a book. Losing about a yard back to, or 2 yards back to the 15. So on Malik Baugh's first reception of the game, it goes backwards. Second down and 12 from the 15-yard line. Ball placed between the hashes. Both running backs are on the field. Maroney and Baugh. Salmon's lined up to the right on the line. Kiefer to the far side. Dale here to the near side. Kanik, gonna be a play action looking for Dale. One-on-one, he's got the step, and he drops the pass in the back of the end zone. He was working on the defensive back, Nehemiah Fleming, the 5'8", 150-pound sophomore. And he was mad that he thought Dale might have shoved off right at the end. But it was a tough play. Dale had to tiptoe in the sideline. And that's the first incompletion thrown by Jaron Kanik tonight.
Actually wasn't a bad throw from Kanik. Hit Dale in the hands right in the back of the end zone. Just Dale couldn't come up with the play.
He was almost looking like he was so focused on keeping his feet in bounds, he kind of lost track of the football last second. Ball at the 15-yard line, left hash. Baugh and Maroney in the game. Salmons goes in motion right to left. It's going to be a give to Baugh, running it, cuts it back in the middle. He's the 15, lowers it short at the 10, reaching. That was a risky reach right there. Really not reaching for anything special. He gets 6.
Nehemiah Fleming with the tackle for the Tigers.
Down to the 9, it looks like the Indians, are they going to bring the field goal unit in? They are. Jack Fields is going to come in. He has not attempted a field goal yet this year. Ball is at the 9 on the left hash. Last year went 0 for 4. He missed from 43, 39, 42, and 32. This one a much easier 27-yarder from the left hash.
Win at his back as well.
Yes, he does. Dale, the holder. Whit McGuire, the long snapper. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up, and he missed it wide right.
As the Indians continue just to leave points on the board and just can't convert on their good field position.
So the Indians get into the red zone for the second time tonight, and they don't do anything on the turnover that they forced from Tyner Horn. Could have made this game 16-6. But they can't capitalize, and Fields obviously frustrated with himself on that one. Had the distance just a little bit wide right. 7:24 to go here, third quarter, and now Goddard-Eisenhower takes over. And Ethan Ellingson is in the ball game here. It's going to be a keeper by Ellingson, running to the left, and he is stuffed. And that is not working right now for the Tigers. Trying to get outside with Ellingson and running the ball. He loses 2 back to the 18.
Great adjustment on the run defense this week from Coach Hickel, as last week the Wichita Northwest just tore the Indians apart on the ground.
The Northwest ran for 489 yards last week. They were dominating on all factors. Getting up 61. Different story here tonight. Here is Ellingson in the shotgun. It's going to be a broken play, and it's stuffed. It looked like he was trying to hand the ball off, but nobody was there. And they lose 2 back to the 16. So back-to-back rushes that have gone -2, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 14 from the 16-yard line.
There was nowhere there to go for Ellingson as he just got swarmed in the backfield.
And now we see Tyner Horn out there. So expect a pass here, and if you're the cornerbacks, got to make a big play right here. Jordan Dale checks in the ball game at safety. Kind of a ball-hawking receiver trying to get out there for safety now. Gonna throw it. Here's Horn. 3 receivers right, 1 to left, getting chased, getting out of pressure now, throws on the run behind him, and it's nearly intercepted, but it's incomplete nonetheless. He was looking for Owen Rush across the middle. J.W. Perry in on coverage. And if that ball is not tipped by Owen Rush trying to catch it, J.W. Perry might have an interception. But nonetheless, it's incomplete, and the punting unit is out. Tyner Horn getting ready to punt.
That's another missed throw from Horn this half. It was a little behind the receiver rush there, as if he threw it in front of him, he might have had a huge gain.
Owen Rush was that intended target towards the sideline too. He's had a problem finding a punting block was on. It's a high punt that really doesn't give any bounce to either side. It is down at the 47-yard line in Hayes High territory. It's a 31-yard punt by Tyner Horn on his 2nd punt of the night. His first one went for 32. Actually, this one is only a 30-yarder. They mark him at the 46. But Hayes High starting in plus territory, which is always a good sign. Now can they get points on the board after driving all the way into the red zone? Could not on their last drive. 5:43 to go here, 3rd quarter, 13-6, Indians lead. They send Dale in motion. It's going to be a get to Maroney up the middle. Getting a little bit of a hole there, but it gets him to the 42. Got some good blocking, and there's been a lot of good holes tonight.
The Indians are really opening up the run game by using some misdirection, sending receivers in motion, putting receivers on end arounds, just mixing up the run game tonight.
Like right there, I mean, just kind of deking the defense with Jordan Dale going in motion. Dale only has 1 rush on the year for 8 yards, and that was when he was a quarterback. So obviously not expecting him to necessarily get any handoffs. Oh, the football comes loose. They give it to Maroney up the middle, and he fumbles. And it's landed on by Eisenhower at the 32-yard line.
The Indians failed to convert again in plus territory.
Their 2nd fumble of the ball game. First one came on special teams. This one now on offense for Roy Maroney, who's been so good tonight. Turns it over there. Only a 2nd fumble of the season. That could be a costly one, as Goddard-Eisenhower gets the ball right back.
Usually it's been the Indians' defense that have been holding them back in games, but tonight it's been the offense just struggling without the use of Jaron Canick's legs.
Warren, a little quick pass to the right. It's caught by Owen Rush on a slant pattern. It's across the 45 and down to the 46-yard line. And they open it up with a pass on 1st down that goes for 14 yards. Owen Rush is having himself a day right now. 5 receptions for 54 yards. Been almost that main target with Cade Fred having a cast on his arm. Owen Rush on the season only had 3 receptions for 28 yards. This one's going to be a give up the middle to Mason Levine. He breaks out of 1 tackle, and then he can't break the ankle tackle from Gavin Myers. But now you're starting to see the life of Goddard-Eisenhower here as they run it up to the 46, gain of 8.
Tigers have been given new life with the Maroney fumble on the last Hayes High possession.
Back-to-back empty possessions from Hayes High in plus territory. They missed a field goal from Jack Fields, and then the fumble by Maroney. Here is Horn, 2 receivers over to the right, running backs to his right and left. It's going to be a handoff to Max Brown up the middle, cuts it back, and he looks like he's got the 1st down to the 43. Yes, he does. Gains about 3 yards. That's all he needed. As there's 3:50 now to go in the third quarter. This third quarter is almost been a long third quarter after a very quick opening half. All at the 43-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Horn has running backs to his right and left. It's going to be a play action. Horn looking, another slant pattern. This one's caught by a rush again. And dragged down by J.W. Perry down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 14.
Tigers are just out here picking on J.W. Perry, the backup corner for Ty Adams.
Getting his first career start tonight. They've found a play that works, and those slant pattern across that slant pattern across the middle right now is really working for the Tigers. Gonna be a handoff this time to Levine up the middle, breaks off a tackle and fights his way around the 23-yard line.
5'11", 185-pound senior is just running over some of these Hayes defenders.
Ran right over Dalton Dale right there, and then fought his way for extra yards. He gains 4. Second down and about 5 from the 23, excuse me. Gonna be a handoff to Brown. As a hole, angling to the far side. He's to the 15, to the 10, getting chased, 5, and he's in. Touchdown, Eisenhower. And now the Tigers are an extra point away from tying this ball game. They go to Max Brown, and he had an open hole. And he goes for a 23-yard touchdown here, 2:35 to go. Now the extra point from Braden Ritchie was blocked the last time. A hold from Ellingson. Kick is up. And he got it, and we are tied at 13. 2:35 to go here, third quarter. Ace high. And the Eisenhower Tigers all tied up at 13. Goes to Ace High Football on Tri Broadcasting. Well, we got ourselves a ball game here. Tie game at 13, 2:35 to go, third quarter, as the Eisenhower Tigers take advantage of the Roy Maroney fumble and go 68 yards for a touchdown. They have tied it up as the Indians, well, they looked like they would be going up 8 after a 35-yard run from Kyrie Scrowan. They missed an extra point. And the Tigers were able to answer back. They made their extra point. So we're all tied at 13. A high pooch kick. So it'll be muffed, but it's out of bounds. Roy Maroney grabbed it. It was one of those balls that stayed up in the wind and kept going towards the Eisenhower special teams. So the ball's at the 29-yard line now.
The Indians just seem to be struggling with ball security tonight.
An issue. Hasn't been much of an issue this year. They've had 3 fumbles all season on their 9 offensive turnovers. So here's Kanik now. He's going to keep it this time. Up the middle to the 30, to the 35, and drag down at the 38-yard line. Gains 9 yards to the 38.
Good to see Kanik get out there and try to make a play with his legs.
If they can get him going, if he can run, that just changes his whole scheme on offense, because now you got to worry about him. And then Roy Maroney will have better holes and better lanes to get bigger runs.
There's not too many defenses in the state that can stop Kanik.
2 minutes now to go, third quarter. It's going to be a quick screen pass, and it's incomplete. Looking for Carson Kiefer. That would have been a good idea on second down and 1. Now you're set up with a big 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Ball is at the 38-yard line, right hash. Seems almost like right here, this drive is a must score for the Indians. Now with Eisenhower, with a lot of momentum shifted, they got to get something here after having multiple chances here in this half. 2 receivers over to the right, 1 to the left. Koenig direct snap. He's going to keep it up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 40, the 45, and down to the 47. So it's a gain of 9, a big first down right there for the Indians. Able to convert on 3rd down. 4 of 6 in the in this ball game. Now on 3rd downs as they give it right the middle to Koenig. He goes for 9. They hurry back. 2 receivers to the left, 1 right. Koenig gonna be a play action throwing to the left, and he overshoots his man, and Jordan Dale, it's intercepted. Running along the near side of the 40, the 30, 20, and he's pushed out of bounds by Koenig. It's intercepted by Roman Sonata. He was camped under that ball, and a flag is down at the 30-yard line. See what the penalty is. It could be a holding on the return. Jordan Dale was wide open on that slant route across the middle, but Koenig overshot it.
This penalty could be on Jaron Koenig as one of the linemen came up to him on the return, and Jaron Koenig just ran him over.
See what the white hat here says. It's going to be a block in the back on Eisenhower. It'll be 1st down for Goddard, for the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers at their own 40. But man, a costly interception in the 2nd turnover now. They'll have it at their own 25. 2nd turnover here of the drive. Should be of the half. And in a tie game at 13, you cannot be having those.
Jordan Dale is now in the game in place of J.W. Perry as well.
Here's Horn. It's going to be a give to Levine running to the left. He's been the strong back tonight, and he goes for about 2 to the 23. He's the only really running back other than Max Brown after having that 23-yard run that has made a big difference in this game. Only running back over 20 yards is Levine and Mac Brown, but Levine obviously without the long run. They have really gone to him here in the 2nd half. They're going to hand it off, no play action this time. Horn, he wants a deep ball, looking for the end zone. It's caught by Friend at the 5, spins around, dives, touchdown Eisenhower. There's a flag down at the 10-yard line.
I think it's to be holding on Remy Stoll.
Remy Stoll was in coverage. He got burnt by Cade Friend, and Friend might have just scored his 7th touchdown of the year. As the referees talk about it, Friend acts like it's on the Indians.
Referees have been having long discussions about every single call tonight.
It would be a 23-yard touchdown to Cade Friend. 42 seconds to go here in the 3rd. And it's looking like it is going to be a holding on Remy Stoll. No, there were 2 penalties, but they offset. So replay 2nd down. I didn't see there's a flag actually at the 25 as well from the far side official.
The Indians
so
catch another break.
Holding on one of
passing touchdown.
One of the linemen, and then the holding on Remy Stoll, so they offset, and that's huge for the Indians. Ball at the 23-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Tie game at 13, 42 seconds. You got to think that they're going to go right back to Cade Friend here. They got Jordan Dale on the coverage on him. They hand it off the middle, and it is Lucas Dickman on the carry. fights his way down to the 16. He gains 7, but that's going to be short of a first. Lucas Digman hasn't had a carry since the second quarter. And the Tigers are going to run this clock out and go to the fourth quarter. Well, another eventful quarter, and this game is gonna go down right to the wire here tonight. 13-13 here at Lewis Field Stadium. All tied up as we go to the fourth. You're listening to A's High Football on Tribe Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field tonight. It is not the nicest of nights, but it has been a great night for football as we're all tied up at 13, 12 minutes to go. And right now for the Indians in the playoffs, you cannot have as many mistakes as they have had. And then the third quarter was a disaster. They had so many chances. They could have gone up 2, 3 possessions maybe. And yet they failed. And now the Eisenhower Tigers are in the red zone with a chance to take the lead. They hand it off. Levine, he's fighting his way. He's not going to get the first. He is short on 3rd and 1. He loses a yard back to the 17. That's a huge, big-time stop for the Indians.
Gavin Myers in on another play. He's having a great night tonight.
It's 4th down.
Goddard-Eisenhower is 2 of 3 on 4th downs in the ball game. They got a big one right here. Ball at the 17. Straight away middle hash. Between the hashes, they have Schubert. Schubert to the left of Horn. And to the right of him, I can't tell, but they also have Cade Friend here lined up to the left on Connor Dreiling. To the right is Levine. And now Goddard-Eisenhower, the play clock hits 0, but they burn a timeout right before. So they use their first timeout of the half. We'll stay right here. 11-11 to go. Third quarter. And you got to think right now, Eisenhower's been given a gift in this game. Hayes High should easily have 27 points, maybe 28.
Like we said in the pregame show, Hayes High can't leave any points on the board tonight, and they just left a lot. Missed field goal, missed extra point, and probably a missed touchdown. You could even count in the first half when we had the muff punt in the inside of the territory.
Yeah, they had the ball, 35-yard line, and they ended up on that drive. Well, they didn't score on that drive, but I mean that's a huge. In this game, you cannot, especially like at this time of year, it's week 9. You can't keep having those mistakes. Penalties have been an issue as well. They haven't been as big of an issue as mainly the turnovers. 2 fumbles and now an interception in this game.
Just giving the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers new life with every single one of these turnovers. Ethan Ellingson is in the game for this 4th and 1.
So we probably know what's going to happen right here. As they have Schubert to the left. Cody Hawks is lined up right to the right of Ellingson. Indians stack the box here. And a Goddard-Eisenhower Tiger jumps. It's number 32, Mason Levine. He's been in the backfield all night. Not an offensive player at heart. Plays D-line mostly, but he's got in at running back a lot. And now what do you do? And they bring in Tyner Horn. So you can sense a pass play here.
Hopefully the Indian corners can get track of the Goddard-Eisenhower wide receivers on this play because we all know what's coming.
Cade Friend and Owen Rush lined up to the right. No receivers over here to the left. Horn, gonna be a play action pass, throwing, quick pass, it's caught, now incomplete at the last second. Wyatt Crane breaks it up. and it's a 4th down stop for the Indians. That's a game-changing play right there by Wyatt Crane, and the Indians take over with 11:05 to go, 4th quarter.
Great play from Wyatt Crane there. It's great to have him back. The Indians missed him deeply these last few weeks, and the senior makes a great play.
Wyatt Crane had a quiet week last week, only 3 tackles, but he makes a big-time play right there. After they ran a slant, they've been running slants all night, and they did right there. And Wyatt Crane was able to break it up. Now the Indians take over. Kanik up the middle, fighting for extra yardage, and he gets to the 27. Gains 5.
You can feel a sense of desperation from the Hayes High Indians tonight as they're starting to run with Kanik more.
Yeah. I mean, it's we all thought he was not going to be able to run at all, but now when you're in a tie game, 4th quarter, and maybe he had something to do with it as well, telling the coaches, no, we are going to win this game. And there's another keeper by Kanik, fighting for extra yardage. He gets near the 1st down. That play looked like it was blown up, and he still managed to get around 3 yards to the 30-yard line.
Defenders just bouncing off Kanik on that play.
Gains 3 to bring up a 3rd down and 2 from the 30. 2 receivers over to the left, none to the right. Maroney is to the left of Kanik. It's going to be another keeper for Kanik up the middle. He might be short. He went right up the gut. They faked the pitch. He's down to the 31. And it is going to be 4th down and 1, and this is a huge 4th down.
I think there might have been a little bit of confusion on that play, as I think the handoff was supposed to go maybe to Malik Bob.
Hayes High has not had a 4th down attempt yet tonight. Looks like they're doing one right now, unless they try that pooch punt with Jaron that they've tried a few times, but it doesn't look like it. Carson Spray comes in. They're bringing in all the big dogs here. Kanik, and a fumbled snap. And Eisenhower has it. At the 30-yard line.
Unreal.
They brought in everyone for that play, and it doesn't work. And they have had their 4th turnover of the ball game.
Uncharacteristic of the Hayes High Indians with all these turnovers tonight.
They've almost had half as many turnovers tonight as they have all season. 9 turnovers on the season and 4 tonight on the fumble. Right there, and Goddard-Eisenhower has it now at their own, or excuse me, at the Indians' 30-yard line. Great field position. Tyner Horn is in the ball game. He's got Levine to his left. He's got Brown to his right. Play action. Horn wanting to go deep. Got a man wide open. Kate Fred, and he drops it at the goal line.
Maybe
And that hit his cast.
What a huge play. Jordan Dale didn't seem like he knew what he's doing in coverage there, and Cade Friend was wide open in the end zone.
Jordan Dale, first game at defense. And man, that could have been a disaster. Cade Friend, there was nobody even 10 yards in the radius of him.
Cade Friend was definition of wide open on that play.
Oh my goodness. Hit his cast, then went off his shoulder pad and incomplete.
The Indians have been getting some great breaks on this defensive side.
And now the play clock goes down to 0 again, and the Tigers have to burn another timeout with 9:08 to go here, 4th quarter. They only have 1 remaining now. But the Indians catch a big break right there. 4th quarter we go. 9:08 left in this ball game. Tied at 13. Notice the Hayes High football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back to Lewis Field Stadium. All tied up at 13, 9:08 to go, fourth quarter. Second down and 10 here. Ball between the hashes here for Tyner Horn and this Goddard-Eisenhower Tiger offense. Two receivers to the far side. It's going to be a handoff to Max Brown trying to get to the corner. Flag is coming in. He's across the 25 and out of bounds at the 22. This one's coming back.
Quickly flag on the play. That's Brown. With the rush. Holding against the Tigers.
Looked like it might have been the offensive lineman Tyson Beering, 6'3", 280 pounds sophomore. He was holding on Nutting, Gavin Nutting. So that 8-yard run goes for nothing.
No discussion from the referees on that play, as that was a blatant holding.
Yeah. So it'll move him back to the 40-yard line. Only the second offensive penalty for Eisenhower in this game. But that's a big one now, second down and 20. But obviously with their passing game, they can get this in one play. Tyner Horn has not completed a pass here in the fourth quarter. He's only completed one in the second half. He hands it off to Brown. They're going to run a trick play. Another trick play. Flea flicker going deep, and it is incomplete. Horn threw a dime to Cody Hawks. It was a handoff to Max Brown. Then he pitched it to Owen Rush, and Owen Rush then tossed it back to Tyner Horn, and Horn threw it right in between three defenders, but Cody Hawks dropped it at the 5, and it's incomplete.
Cody Hawks was wide open, and would have been another touchdown for the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers.
Now Remy Stoll and Connor Dreiling, and I believe it might have been J.W. Perry, the third man down there. There were three guys there, and he still put it in between them. Horn now at the 40, going to drop back, looking to pass. Only two receivers going for routes, throwing it to the near side. It's caught by Fred, but he's wrapped up immediately by Connor Dreiling and Gavin Myers, and he is going to get to about the 30-yard line.
They might be bringing out the kicking unit for this
And
play.
they are, with the wind at their backs from the left hash. This will be about a 48-yard field goal. It's a gain of 10 on the pass. And I'm surprised by this decision. Ball at the 30-yard. That'll be a 47-yarder. The holder is Ellingson. Hold is down. The kick is up, and it is wide left. No good. And the Indians will take over in some decent field position.
That kick didn't have a chance. I don't even know if that ball got above the bottom post.
Yeah, it almost
knuckleball.
It almost looked like the block kick, but this one definitely wasn't blocked. So they try a 47-yarder. That does not work. And now, we talked about it.
There's a penalty on the field, but I'm unsure of what it was.
The Indians have the football, so if you're wondering if they didn't get it, and now the referees once again coming in for discussion as Tony Crow rushed down the sideline trying to get an explanation. They put the ball at the 20-yard line. Ball's supposed to be where the holder is. So it would have been at the 37. I don't know what's necessarily going on here. So I guess Hayes High will start at the 20. Really wish we had a crowd mic.
Yeah.
Or not a ref mic.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really nice to hear what the explanation on that one is.
We've needed these games this season.
Yeah. Here's Canick, the keeper, running to the right, breaking off a tackle. He's in the 25 to the 30. He reaches. It looks like he's got the first down. The extra reach by Canick. Looks like he got that first down, and he did. Gain of 10.
It's almost like it seems like Jaron Canick told Coach Crow, give me the ball, and I'm going to take this game over.
He had only one carry in the first half. Here in the second half, he has had 6 and 4 in the fourth quarter alone. Ball at the 30-yard line, right hash. Indians going left to right. They got the wind at their faces. So it'd be tough for any type of field goal here. Handed off to Maroney up the middle, and he fights his way, but he got ankle tackled right at the line. Gains only about a yard. Well, if there's any type of play that you have at the back of your playbook, you got to put something out there right now if you're the Indians.
I think the Indians need to take a shot here somewhere, because the Indians have played pretty conservative all night and need to take advantage of this kind of low coverage of the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers.
There's a keeper by Kanik up the middle, gains about 4, maybe 3 or 4 yards. They'll give him 4 to the 35. And now what do you do here? A big third down. 3rd down and 5 from the 35. Got to get to the 40. Ball is placed between the hashes as they rush Groen on. 2 receivers here to the right, 1 to the left. Salmon's lined up a tight end to the right on that line. Maroney to the right of Kanik. 3rd and 5. Play action pass. Kanik throws behind him and it's incomplete. Maroney was open, and they can't hit the screen route. That was well read by Eisenhower, though. They were all over that one. And now 6:43 to go. The Indians look like they're going to bring the punting unit on. Ace High so far in this game on 3rd downs is 4 of 6. And now Carson Kiefer on 4 of 7, actually. Kiefer's punt going into the wind is a good one. Can he get the bounce? And it just dies right at the 29, gets 1 yard extra at the 28. Well, that's a very good punt by Carson Kiefer going into the wind, a 37-yard punt. His first one went for 38 back in the first quarter. 6:34 to go, 4th quarter. We are all tied up at 13. This game is going to come right down to the final second in this one. You can just almost feel it, the way it's been back and forth, but it really shouldn't be. It should not be a back and forth game. Hayes has had chances all 3rd quarter. They couldn't capitalize. Tyner Horn back out there. He's got 2 receivers here to the left, none to the right. It's going to be a low snap. He hands it off to Dickman up the middle, and he's hit right away by Gavin Nutting. And he gains maybe a yard. I don't even think, no, did not gain anything. Back to the line goes Dickman.
A little chippiness after the play between Remy Stoll and Mason Levine on that play as well.
Well, we talked about in the pregame how Cade Friend was their leading receiver, but he was not listed as a starter. We did not know he had a cast on his hand, but that cast is the reason this game is tied right now at 13. Here's Horn, back to pass, looking left, trying to air it out. Connor Dreiling is under it, and it's incomplete. Good play, good pursuit by the defense right there. They had, Cade Friend was in between about 3 of the defenders. Connor Dreiling knocks that ball away, and it brings up a 3rd down and 10.
Tyner Horn had Cade Friend eyed down the whole entire play. You can tell that Indian defense shift towards Cade Friend.
They're so worried right now about the pass rush. Only 2 receivers went out on a pass that play, and they had only 2 guys go on a pass on a 3rd down earlier in this game. Now they have 3 receivers lined up here to the left, but it's been interesting. They have been pretty much sending everybody back to block. Gonna throw it here. Horn looking, pressure coming, throws underneath to Dickman, tries to make a move to the 30, and he's dragged down by Iden Bowman. He's short of the 1st. Gains 5 to the 33. Lucas Dickman's first reception,
4th down Tigers.
only his 4th reception of the year. It's actually a gain of 6 to the 34. And now they bring out the punting unit. Back to return is Jordan Dale. I mean, think about this one. If Jordan can get a good return, maybe start at midfield, this game gets turned around in field position. Here's Horn, back to punt, low snap it. He fields it on a bounce, and this punt is high, doesn't go very far. The wind took this one, though, and then it takes an Eisenhower bounce, and it keeps rolling. Down to the 19, 18, still rolling, and it will be down at the 15-yard line. That is a great punt, got an unbelievable bounce. 57-yard punt from Tyner Horn.
That punt seemed to be almost a shank from Horn there, but that wind seemed just to push it a long ways.
And he fielded that a snap from the long snapper like a ground ball. It's going to be a give to Maroney up the middle, fighting for extra yardage. He's up to about the 20-yard line. He gains about 5.
He's talking about Cody Hawks, the coach of the Evans. Get it 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 Indians.
So Maroney running hard. 17 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. Indians right now, I mean, this could be, if they can control the clock and run the ball effectively, this could be ultimately the last drive of the game. Play action, Kanik running, throws it off his back foot, and it's caught by Salmons. Did he haul it in? He was bobbling it, and then he dropped it. That thing was nearly intercepted, and then Salmons was bobbling it and tried running it. He should just haul it in and then tried running it, but he tried running before he had full control. It's incomplete.
Great throw by Kanik just to get it right over the defender's head. Just Bryce Salmon's unable to come up with it.
Yeah.
As many receivers have been tonight on both sides of the ball.
And probably the weather, just the coldness of this game. Really a first cold game for the Indians. 4-16, 3 receivers to the right, none to the left. It's going to be a give to Maroney up the middle. Runs it hard. He's got the first down, and it's a big-time run by Roy Maroney, getting up to the 28-yard line. He gains 8. They needed only about 5.
First down, Hayes High.
Just a big-time run with 4 minutes to go in this game. Here is Kanik. Keeps it this time. Running right behind the guards, and he gets about 3 to the 33.
Jared Kanik, the ball carrier for the Indians.
Excuse me, he gets about 5 to the 33.
He's going to be with the tackle.
And one thing that is a big part of this game is getting positive yardage on first down right now. Sets up that 2nd and 3rd down play so much easier.
Staying ahead of the chains is a very important thing for the Hayes High Indians.
2 receivers here to the right, 1 to the left. Kanik sends a man in motion, it's Dale. And now flags are all over the place. And somebody jumped. Big time penalty. .321 to go in this game. All tied up at 13. Hayes High now set up with a 2nd down and 10 from the 28-yard line. The Indians completed their first 4 passes of the game, have not completed on 5. There's Kanik throwing behind Maroney, incomplete.
There's nothing there on that play for the Hayes High Indians.
6 in a row incompletions. So it's 3rd down and 11 coming up for the Indians. 4 for 8 on 3rd downs in this game. 2 of 5 here in the 2nd half. You hear the Eisenhower crowd getting into it here. 3:09 to go. 2 receivers the far side, 1 here to the near. Kanik. They're going to keep it with Jared, running up the middle, breaks a tackle, he's the 40, 40, 45, 50, dragging defenders, and he's up to the 46-yard line. A big-time run. He was getting dragged down by Cody Hawks and Carter Dickman, but it's a first down, doesn't matter. Big-time run into Eisenhower territory, gain of 27 on 3rd and 11. And that's a gutsy call right there to run a read option on 3rd and 11. This time they hand off to Maroney, getting to the edge. He's to the 40, 35, breaks a tackle, 30, and he's down to the 25. It's a run of 20 yards.
The Indians runners are just breaking tackles right now, breaking into the secondary. It looks like number 71, Quentin McGuire, is down on the field.
And man, you cannot lose another lineman here in this type. At this time of the season. They lost the center Carson Russell this week in practice.
Officials time on the field.
McGuire is down. We'll take a quick break. 2:40 to go in this ball game. We are all tied up at 13. Listen to Hayes High football on Tri Broadcasting. Welcome back. Hayes High Week 9 football. Playoff action as Quentin McGuire went down. Trying to see the replacement that they brought in.
I think it's Carson Spray, 52.
It is, yes. Carson Spray playing some two-way action right now. Ball at the 25-yard line. Canick, they give to Malik Baugh this time at the middle, and he fights his way down to the 21, gaining 4. What a game we've had tonight, Blake.
Low score, but great defenses on both sides, and just back and forth the whole game.
I mean, really, this game could easily be a high-scoring game. Not really high-scoring like a shootout, but like a 28 type game. Just offenses have struggled to get points when they needed them. 2nd down and 7. This time I give to Maroney, trying to get to the edge, trying to break some tackles. He does, and he keeps pushing the pile down inside to the 16-yard line. He gains about 5.
It's 3rd and 2 for the Indians.
It'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 2 here. And this is almost a must get, because I don't know, the field goal struggles, right? The kicking game struggles, and the wind at your face. I don't think you can attempt a field goal in this situation.
Yeah, I don't think you can bet on a field goal at all.
Minute 20 to go. Canick, the keeper, running right, breaking tackles, still on his feet, and he's going to get stuffed there. But he's got the first down. Down inside the 15 to about the 12.
Down to a minute 18 left on the clock. It seems like this drive has just chewed up the clock.
It has.
This went really
Been
fast.
about a 3-minute drive to this point. Hayes High will use their first timeout. Goddard-Eisenhower only has 1 remaining because they've had to use 2 inside their red zone.
We knew those timeouts were going to be costly, burning on those when the play clock was winding down. They couldn't get a play call in.
So that run went for 3 yards for Canick. And he has come alive here in the 4th quarter. Pretty much all of his carries have come in the 4th quarter. He's got 8 of them in the 4th out of his 11. And 10 of the 11 here in the 2nd half.
He has ran hard and he has ran well. You can't tell he's garnering that hamstring injury at all.
And Roy Maroney is a big reason for that because of the way he's ran tonight. 20 carries, 108 yards. Because of that, Jaron has been able to run for better than what he would have if Roy had only had about 30 or 40 yards in this game. And it wouldn't be 13-13 if he only had that. The passing game for the Indians has been a struggle tonight, though. Completed their first 4. Incomplete of their last 6. The Indians are in the red zone for the 3rd time tonight. They're 1 for 2. They missed a 27-yard field goal earlier. Canick, the keeper, running to the left, fighting his way, and he's inside the 10, down to the 9. He gains 4, and well, you'll take 4 yards every single time, especially on 1st down.
Hayes High just needs to continue to stay ahead of those chains and just keep that ball moving towards that end zone.
One receiver here to the near side, one to the far. Maroney and Ball both in the game to the left and right of Canick. Canick snaps it, hands it off to Maroney up the middle, fights his way, breaks a tackle with the 5. He's down inside the 3 to the 2. And he gains 7. And you can see the Eisenhower fans. Timeout Goddard-Eisenhower. I'll get to that one here in a minute. 35 seconds to go as the Tigers use their last timeout. 4th quarter, 13-13. And the Indians are inside the 5, down to the 2. What a game we've had tonight. We'll see what Hayes can do inside the red zone. Ball is at the 2 as Maroney just had that 7-yard rush. He's at 115 yards rushing now. What a game. These Eisenhower fans at the edge of their seat right now. Nervous here on our side of the field. We're not on the home side where we call our games. So we can have a little more room here on the visiting side. 35 seconds to go. 1st down and goal from the 2. Receiver here to the left, into the right. Kanik has Ba to his right, Maroney to his left. It's going to be Kanik, a direct keeper, fighting his way. He is still fighting, pushing the pile, and he's short. Down to the 1, so they get half a yard closer.
This might be a better case scenario for the Indians here to burn off more clock.
Yeah, it is, and no timeouts for Eisenhower. 20 seconds now. Kanik, again, the keeper, fighting his way. Is he in? Still no signal. He is! Touchdown, Indians! Hayes High has taken the lead with 12 seconds to go. 19-13. Jaron Kanik scores his biggest touchdown of his career.
Jaron Kanik, the Clemson commit, has just put the team on his back this second half, and he just told Tony Crow, let me have the ball and let me win the game for us.
His 18th rushing touchdown of the season, and now Jack Fields, the extra point. The hold from Dale, and the kick is up, and it's no good. He missed it wide left. It's 19-13. These last 12 seconds couldn't go any faster, Blake.
These Hayes High Indians continue just to leave points on the board, missing kicks, and just not converting when they're in scoring position.
But the biggest thing is the touchdown run by Jaron Kanik, getting his 18th of his career, of his season. Has rushed for over 1,000 yards. Nearly thrown for 1,000 yards. 829 yards coming into this game. Only 44 tonight, though. But they have not needed it. They have ran the ball well. We might have said in the pregame that they need to pass well. Well, I guess if you run well, it evens out. Tegan Turnbull will have it teed up at the 40. And if you are the Indians, do you consider just squibbing this one?
I think you need to squib this one, just in case of any crazy kick return that could happen. I'm sure Coach Tony Crow communicated that with Tegan Turnbull on this kick.
And you almost wonder, what does Eisenhower do? Do they try and run like a trick play where they do a bunch of laterals on this one, or do they just go down and then try another play and do it? There's 12 seconds. That's still plenty of time to get any type of play. Ball at the 40, teed up by Tegan Turnbull. And he kicks a high, short pooch kick. It will take a bounce to the 30. The Indians can recover it. They can't, but it'll be taken down to the 32 home, and that was risky. 4 seconds come off the clock. So there's 8 seconds to go. That's really enough for maybe 2 plays if you can throw a quick out route to the sideline. Eisenhower has 0 timeouts.
The Indians need to get back deep and not let anything over their heads like they've continued to do all game.
And Jordan Dale's in there right now. Jordan Dale and Wyatt Crane are at the 43-yard line, and Remy Stoll goes back there too, in their own in Hayes High territory. Eisenhower at their own 32-yard line. This could be the ball game depending on what happens. The student section is out of their seats. They're on the track right now. 3 receivers left, none to the right. Horn gonna throw it, and the Indians might have burned. Well, the referee pointed Eisenhower's way, but obviously there was no way of that happening. Timeout, Indians. The Indians only had 10 guys on the field. So obviously just some rushing up guys on and off, some miscommunication. Wanted to burn their last timeout to make sure this last play. Now they have 3 seconds came off the clock here, but obviously with a timeout there wouldn't have been any play. So what exactly is going to happen here?
I think they're
They just changed it. There we go. Yeah. Ball on the 32-yard line, right hash.
What do you run here if you're the Goddard-Eisenhower Tigers? Do you run like a Hail Mary type, or do you just try to do a hook and ladder type play?
I think that's your best option, a hook and ladder right now. I mean, at the 32, Horn's got a great arm, but he doesn't have a 70-yard arm.
Not many people do.
No. 3 receivers here to the left, none to the right. Horn gonna take the snap, gonna throw it. Throws it here to the near side, caught by Owen Rush. He gets out of bounds with 4 seconds left. Is it enough for a first down? It isn't. It's a gain of 9. That pass puts Tyner Horn. It's a gain. They're going to give it 10 to the 42. So that pass gives Tyner Horn 106 passing yards on the day. Owen Rush, 78 receiving yards.
Career game from him today.
Yeah, he's doubled his season stats in receptions. He only had 3 coming into tonight. Has 7.
There are 4 Indians back way deep and 2 Indians at midfield.
Dalton Dale and Gavin Myers are at the 40. And Goddard-Eisenhower has used their final timeout.
I think they should have been out.
I thought they were out. I had that they were out. Apparently the Indians used their last one. So 4 seconds to go in this game. Confusion on the timeouts there.
The ref signaled Goddard-Eisenhower timeout.
Yeah, they signaled Goddard-Eisenhower earlier too, but it was obviously a Hayes High timeout. What a game tonight. The Indians struck first with a 5-yard Roy Maroney run, but then Goddard-Eisenhower answered back with the Mason Levine 7-yard pass. And then Kyrie Strowan started out the second half with a 35-yard run. Then they answered back. Goddard-Eisenhower, the Max Brown 23-yard run, but then Canick will run it from 1 yard out with 12 seconds to go. Shotgun set, 3 receivers to the right, none to the left. Horn to throw it. 4-man rush. Wyatt Waddell getting to him. He breaks out of that tackle. Running. Time has expired. Throwing on the run. He's got Owen Rush at the 40. Tries to make a move. 35. Going to try and pitch it back. Nobody to pitch it back to. Now he does. At the 45. Running here to the near side. Throws it backward to number 3, Carson Castle. He's still running to the 45. They toss it back to Horn now. He's the 45 to the 40. Trying to toss it back again. He does. Max Brown has it at the 40. And he's dragged by Evan Lynn, gets rid of it. Now it's on the loose, and the Indians land on it, and the ball game is over. Will Cataract lands on the fumble. And the Indians win it tonight, 19-13.
What a great football game.
Great sense of defense right there by the Indians secondary and just the whole D. They never allowed one side of the field to be crowded with Eisenhower Tiger players and the other with barely any Indians, you know. What a game tonight. Hayes High wins it 19-13, and they move on to the second round of the playoffs. Haven't been there since 2019, where they ended Goddard-Eisenhower's season at their place. This time, they end their season here in Hayes. Much more coming up from tonight from Lewis Field. You'll listen to Hayes High football on Tri Broadcasting. Hayes wins it tonight, 19-13. Welcome back to Lewis Field here. The Indians, they win a thriller tonight, and they keep their season alive and move on to the second round of the 5A playoffs as they will face the winner of Andover and Salina South next Friday. If Salina South wins, well, we'll be right here at Lewis Field and 7 o'clock kick. If not, if Andover wins, Hayes will be making a trip down to Andover. Let's give you the game stats tonight. Hayes High, they rushed for 255 yards. They passed for 44. If you're listening at halftime, yes, they went backwards in passing yards from halftime. They had 46 at the half, 44 to end. They finished with 299 total yards. For Goddard-Eisenhower, they rushed for 63 yards, throw for 114, and they have 177 total yards. Some individual stats tonight. You got to get the player of the game to Roy Maroney. I mean, he was the difference maker in this one. He goes 21 carries, 115 yards with a touchdown. And then Jaron Canick came alive in that fourth quarter. Probably told Coach, I'm winning this game for our team. Goes 14 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Malik Baugh has 5 carries for 13 yards. Kyrie's Groen, 2 carries for 35 yards and a touchdown, a little end-around play. Passing, well, the Indians completed their first 4 of this game, and they did not complete their last 6. They finished 4 of 10. Jaron Canick goes 44 yards and an interception. The biggest thing, really, for the Hayes High Indians is the turnovers. We'll get into that one later. Roy Maroney gets a reception for 9. Jordan Dale has 2 receptions for 37 yards. Malik Baugh, reception for -2. Then for Goddard-Eisenhower, Caden Schuber, he goes a carry for 2 yards. Lucas Dickman goes 5 carries, 11 yards. Cody Hawks, their tight end, goes 3 carries for -1. Ethan Ellingson goes 7 carries for 0 yards. Max Brown goes 4 carries for 26 yards. Caleb Friend goes a carry for 0 yards.